Today's topic is about goals. Now, goals are very important for everyone to have, whether if they be related to money or physical well-being or mental health, mental well-being. Everyone should have goals. They're important because they give us a reason to get out of bed in the morning. They give us something to strive for to make ourselves better in some degree or another. So the granddaddy of the goal world is what we call a New Year's resolution. The New Year's resolution is the granddaddy of all the goal making, right? Because it's part of our saying, it's part of our phraseology, the the New Year's resolution. Now, what's your resolution for this year? And so I want to talk about two things in this video. First, I'm going to explain what New Year's resolution and goals look like for gamers. And then the second thing, I'm going to just have more of an open conversation about what that means in life and what goals mean in life, and bringing it back to the original point, the first discussion. So let's get through the gamer part of it first, the first section. So there's a thing, it's a challenge in gamers. It's called 10 by 10. It's a New Year's resolution. And what it means is that you are challenging yourself, you are setting a goal to play 10 games 10 times within 365 days, within the year. That is 100 games within the year. And it's a goal, it's a challenge. It's not something I made up. I don't even really know who made it up, but it's out there. It's a thing that board gamers do. It's the granddaddy of the New Year's resolution. Oh, it's on my 10 by 10 list. What's on your 10 by 10? Hey, are you doing a 10 by 10 this year? And so you pick games, 10 games, different games that you plan to somehow play 10 times throughout the whole course of the whole year. And what it does is it gives us gamers, I guess, a sense of purpose, a sense of, I really should get some games in because I want to work on my 10 by 10. Because there's a certain dopamine or serotonin, some kind of a rush when you complete your goals. You feel kind of happy. You feel good about yourself. And so when you complete your 10 by 10, it just feels good. People like checking off things. They like accomplishing goals, even if it's just as frivolous as a board game challenge, right? A 10 by 10, what they call it. And so that's the big goal in the board game world. I know there are some others that I've not looked into. I know there's some challenges like play X amount of games that deal with food, play X amount of games that deal with like castles and knights and kings, or play a game that starts with the letter of the whole alphabet. And I've heard other things like that. But the creme de la creme of gamer goals is the 10 by 10. And so what does this mean by having a 10 by 10 in real life in goals? It's a very safe way to get yourself to have an expectation, to meet your goals. Like I said, to get, for some goals in your real life, personal goals, it's a reason to get up in the morning. For gamers, a 10 by 10 is a reason to get games to the table. We could watch Netflix tonight. Why don't I work on my 10 by 10 or our 10 by 10? So people kind of share them. As myself, I have a 10 by 10 partner that I share with that we've done the last 3 years. Been successful some years, not successful some years. 1 year, and it gives you a spark. It gives you a reason. So a 10 by 10, sure, it's frivolous, right? You get to New Year's Eve, you didn't complete your 10 by 10. You didn't complete your goal. That's okay. Because you know what? It got you gaming more than you probably would have if you didn't have a challenge. And give or take. That's a generalized statement. But it gets you to game. It gets you to have fun. You're supposed to be picking 10 games that you really like, that you really want to play. These would be new games or like classic games that you're like, I haven't played this in forever. I'd really like to explore this game again for 10 more times at least within the next year. A lot of these times it can be campaign games, it can be legacy style games, but it just gives your brain a sense of satisfaction, of something to work forward to. A lot of people use an app or they write lists and they check off their progress on their 10 by 10, and that feels good, right? It feels satisfying to like check those off. We're 50% done. I'm 66% done with my 10 by 10 and it's only August or whatever it may be. But still, at the end of the day, it's all about getting you to do something more, giving you some willpower, or trying to give you some willpower to get out there and to play games more. And because you do that, or if you do that, you feel more, how should I say, satisfied with yourself. So let's set that aside and let's talk about goals in real life. Games, real life game goals. Losing weight, quitting smoking, all the big top ones that you hear, New Year's resolutions all the time. Stop smoking, stop doing this, start doing this, working out more, paying more attention to my family, or spending more time with friends, things like that. Those are very serious things that can be very serious, that give you the drive that feels good to get those goals accomplished. Now, the big stigma behind New Year's resolutions is that no one does them, right? By February, you've forgotten about them and you're eating that cheeseburger, or you never got that gym membership that you said you were going to do on January 5th when you get back to whatever over the holidays and things like that. And so what 10 by 10, what I see it can do for gamers, is it can build on skills that people can get, which is basically willpower, drive, determination. Even though it's something frivolous as just games, it can build a characteristic within yourself of, I like getting things done. I like setting goals, setting a mark for myself, and getting them done, working on them and feeling and enjoying the rush of whatever, of getting things accomplished. I feel accomplished in my life. Therefore, I feel good about myself. This is done in a very, as I said, I'm using the word frivolous or a silly way, because it's just games and you're not letting anyone down. The games aren't going to come awake at night when you sleep and tell you about their hurt feelings. You're not going to have bad dreams about them. You might feel a little bit of guilt, as I've felt guilty when I haven't completed my 10 by 10, but it builds some characteristic blocks for us gamers to set a goal. If you make it, great. If you don't, then at least you tried, or at least I'm hoping that you tried, that it's something that's cognitive in your brain that says, we should play some games. You know, I got some games on my 10 by 10. We should play these. You come over tonight, we got some time, we should play something on my 10 by 10 or our 10 by 10. And it gets games to the table and it gets you determined. And that builds something in here, inside, that you can extrapolate into your real life and those real life goals of, you know how good I feel when I get my 10 by 10 done or work on it? I probably feel the same way if I go work out, or if I drop a few pounds, or if I eat less cheeseburgers, or whatever it may be, because I like that feeling. I like that rush or that sense of accomplishment with the 10 by 10. So this is another way, it's kind of what my channel is trying to be about, of like things that we have in games or in the game world that can build us here. That's not just about games. It's about how it changes us and how it can drive us to be better people. And so 10 by 10, do you have a 10 by 10 this year? What's on your 10 by 10? Do you have any goals this year? Let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys all at the next video.